Bonsai, I am the Cobra Kai Kid, and today, we have a very special live stream. Thank you all for joining. Today, we are going to be talking about I went to the Cobra Kai concert, the brand new Cobra Kai Kid and Ken Cole documentary that came out on the channel. Here it is. That is it. Sorry, that way. That is it. That's the documentary right there. 1 hour and 32 minutes and 38 seconds. Definitely the longest edited video here on the channel. I did like a 5-hour best of Cobra Kai Kid 2022 video, but this is technically the longest video in Cobra Kai Kid. So much work put into this, so much time, so much effort, and we are going to be talking about it all today. I'm not alone. I am going to be joined by Ken Cole, who filmed the entirety of the concert, of everything that you see. We have not talked about it. I'll bring him on. We have not spoken about it because I've been a little sick. This last week I've been sick. Kind of the timing kind of sucked, with this coming out, but I'm better now. And I see Tim in the chat. This is great that you feel better now. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. So what's kind of cool is Ken and I have not yet, we've exchanged some messages, but we have not yet really spoken too much in depth about this whole thing being out. Obviously, we work together on it, but we're going to have a full chat right now. And we are going to break down everything that you saw, and any questions that you guys have, we will answer it all. So, Ken, I see you in the waiting room. Are you ready to come on? Can I get the thumbs up? Is that good? All right, cool. Okay. Because I can't hear you. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Mr. Ken Cole.
Hey, how's it going, Drew? Hey, everyone. It's great to see you all. My goodness. Thank you for the introduction. That's great, Drew. Hey, congratulations on this documentary. Wonderful work.
Oh my God. Congratulations to you too. This was a journey. Exactly 1 year. Well, not from today, but from the day it released, exactly 1 year in the making.
It's incredible, isn't it? In a way, it feels like a year, but in a way, it doesn't. It was amazing, and you kept on sending me different bits that you were working on and footage, and I was just like, wow, all these amazing experiences that I'm just seeing for the first time again, and it's just amazing. And I'm so happy that everyone out there can kind of go to the concert with us and go with you as you talk to everyone and all these amazing, talented personalities.
Yeah. There was, I know you saw Aryan Sharma made an amazing video where he literally, just like you said, he said that he felt like he was at the concert, and I was like, we did our job. Like that's what we were going for. It was like a first person perspective, and we're gonna talk about it all, but Ken and I, there was a lot of discussion about, like, at the concert, do we want to splice our footage with footage from the troubadour and get it from, like, further back? And we're like, yeah, that'd be cool, but this is a personal experience. It's like a point of view. You're following our journey, and I think we were able to deliver on that.
I think so. And you're right. It's very authentic. I think it was very authentic to everything we experienced. I mean, the only thing, and maybe we'll get into this a little later, Drew, but you went through all the footage. And so there was a lot. And so there was all kinds of, and we deleted scenes and stuff like that. I'm sure you've got all kinds of stuff. So.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. There's a ton. I do want to pull up, if I could get it. I want to pull up Aryan's video because I feel like that's just too special. And then we could talk about it. We got a lot to talk about, but let me see if I can pull this up. So yeah, guys, as I mentioned before, Ken and I, since I've been sick, we've not like spoken on the phone and like really like discussed. Obviously, we work together on this project, but you know, when we said, okay, we're ready for it to go, we haven't had the time to really talk too much. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just wait until this discussion and just unload right here, right now. So
That's great.
yeah.
Very cool. Hi, everyone in the chat, by the way. Hello.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Okay, I got the video. Let me pull it up right here. Okay, so this is Arion, a fan of ours, talking about the concert and his thoughts. So let's check it out.
I just watched Cobra Kai Kids. I went to the concert video and listen, I gotta say it was brilliant. It was so good. It was so good. Like like sometimes you watch like YouTube videos of like little journeys that are happening, and you think that you're actually a part of that journey. Like this is what it felt like. It actually felt like a little movie or like a journey that I'm a part of. It felt like the Titanic, for God's sake. So kudos to Cobra Kai Kid for making this, and like my friends, check it out, guys. It was really really good. Like I mean I don't know why I didn't post this sooner, the story, but seriously, it was really good. So I mean, possibly one of the best videos I've seen, and the way everything, like the way that everything has been like portrayed in the video is crazy good. Like you talk about meeting the cast, and then you go to the concert, and then you're going to different locations of Cobra Kai, which is actually just so nostalgic and so creative at the same time, which is absolutely brilliant. So, like, kudos to the whole team, kudos to Ken Cole, kudos to Cobra Kai Kate, kudos to everyone who helped in making this concert happen. I mean, hopefully, like, I can, hopefully, I'll be able to go to one of these concerts one day, and hopefully, I'll be able to meet Cobra Kai kids. So, I don't know, but I mean, it was so good. Like, I think, I mean, that was awesome. I just wanted to say, like, I just like I know I can just like type it and all. I just wanted to say that it was awesome, and it was brilliant. So, bye.
Wow.
Wow, Drew.
Oof.
Congratulations.
Dude, you too, man. Arion, that was thank you so much for that. If you're listening
Thank
right
you.
now, that was absolutely such a kind message. We really appreciate it. Ken, where do we start? So I guess how are you feeling? How are you feeling about this whole thing? What are your thoughts?
Gosh, it's pretty wild because as uh as we were launching this thing, I was actually on the road, so I'm like constantly, checking on it and just seeing obviously the response and checking in with Drew and everything, and trying to post about it whenever I can. And it's incredible. It's wonderful. It's kind of like what you were saying, Drew. We had this experience, and thank you for asking me to do it. It was a wonderful time. Very very honored that you would ask me to help you out. And we just went on this journey, and it was what, 3 days, I think. 3 days.
Yeah.
And we just shot everything, and I think you had a lot of great ideas on how you wanted to approach it, and we just went for it. And now everyone kind of gets to see it. And I thought you did a really good job, Drew, of going through all that footage, because there was a lot of footage, like probably I think 8 hours at least of footage.
Yeah.
And you went through all of it and really, I think, narrowed it down somehow to, it's like 90 minutes, but seriously, there's so much packed in there. You really captured, I think, the essence of those 3 days, and all of those people that we met. And so that was really cool just to see it out there. And just, I'm so glad everyone here can go and watch it. There's a link in the description if you haven't seen it yet.
Yes, definitely. If you have not watched it, please go check it out. And hopefully, if you haven't watched it, hopefully this convinces you to check it out. But I appreciate that so much, Ken. Thank you. It really was. I won't lie, it was very tough. It was a lot of footage, but I do want to say that you know, I've been doing films and making my own like little shorts for a while. And, you know, a lot of the things that I do are either me and another person or just me or whatever. And, you know, I usually have a very specific vision. I'm very like I am aware that sometimes I can micromanage for the better or for the worse. But with this project, what was so nice was you and I have never we've spoken, but we've never worked together. And for this, you know, you had the camera and you know, you knew what you were doing. And I was like, okay, you know, like I'm doing my thing. I'm you know, in front of the camera. Ken's behind the camera. I don't, some of the stuff we discussed, but a lot of things were just on the fly and I didn't even know what you were doing. So usually, you know, in the past, if like, you know, my projects, I'm like, so on top of this one, I was like, okay, like now you're filming it. And I have to say, like, going back and like looking at all the footage and seeing what you did, I'm like, holy crap. You got all the angles that we needed. You got stuff that like I would have wanted, and you got stuff more than like what I was like. Oh my god! Like I didn't even think of that shot, but it was just brilliant. Like there was just so much. Like it was very helpful that like there were a lot of clips that I didn't even need to like splice together to make more action or fast paced or more entertaining because Ken with you're like you would like do these zoom ins and these zoom outs and you would like keep moving the camera and get these like great shots where I'm like, okay, like we're gonna use that whole 1 minute clip because you got enough really good stuff there. So I want to congratulate you on the filming and tell you like how amazed I was. And I truly mean it. I'm not just saying it because you're here and whatever. I truly mean it. It really, I'm so impressed. So hats off to you. Everyone can co-film this entire thing. So yeah.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words, and it was amazing to work on. I have to ask you though,
Yeah.
what does this feel like for you? Because everyone watching this, I mean, Drew edited this thing, and we cannot state, I don't think we can overstate how difficult a job it is to edit something. You know, it's sort of like if you're shooting something, it's difficult like in the day, but when you're editing something in post-production, you could keep editing forever if you wanted to. I mean, there's so much work that you could do. And so it's a difficult job. It's a very creative job. So Drew, how do you feel now that it's done?
Oof. You know, we filmed this back in June of 2022. And it was, you know, so busy. It was a busy time. And, you know, it was a lot of like, even like right before the concert, it was a lot of preparation. I mean, you saw me when, you know, even when we went to Vince's house to do that interview, you know, I was like, I had my note cards with all my questions. I was so nervous. I was like, Ken, like, you think I need the note cards? And you're like, Drew, you don't need it. And I'm like, but Ken, and then you know what? I ended up not needing it. But but I was, you know, it was a lot of preparation before the concert and having the concert just such a big experience. And after that, I believe what did I think I no, you know, I know what had happened is I had just come back from I'd like done a couple LA trips in 2022. I went to LA for the Live and Badass event for the concert.
That's where I met you.
That's where we first met at the Live and Badass very briefly, but that was awesome. And yeah, so it was like a lot going on. And I remember, you know, after finishing the concert, it was such a great experience, but I was like, oh my God, now I have to edit this whole thing. I was like, how am I going to do this? And, you know, it was very difficult because obviously there was so much and I felt like I needed to just like decompress from the experience because it was just, there was so much going on. And, you know, and obviously it's not like, okay, all you got to do is edit the concert. No, like, I was putting out other videos. I think I was doing Kai-Tunes at the time. I think I released Kai-Tunes like around that same time. So there was a lot going on. So ultimately, like, there was a period where like I had to take months off from it. I just had to, for just my mental health and everything. And what happened was, I think it was the beginning of this year where it was really like, you know what? I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to get back into it. And I started, and I was like, wait a second. Because we didn't really set like a specific release date for this thing. And we'll talk about how this all came to be, but we didn't really have a release date for this thing. So I wasn't under like any like pressure to get it out. But then I was like, hold on, okay, it's been a while, but we're coming up to June, which is 1 year. How cool would it be? And it would kind of be like we can make it like it's like, okay, yeah, this is part of the plan, like a 1 year thing, which I guess now I'm revealing it wasn't. But I was like, okay, you know what? Let's do it. So I think a couple months ago, or yeah, I'm not sure. I forgot when we set that date, but we kind of like talked, okay, maybe we'll set this date. And then it kind of put me under a time crunch, which that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes, what was happening is I didn't have a time, a date to have it done by, but at the same time, I don't think I was ready. If for an earlier date, I wasn't even ready. I needed this date, and that is not to say that I could have definitely used another month. Like, let's just be clear about that. This past month was probably one of the hardest months ever, like in terms of editing. I've never edited anything like this. And I was probably the last month I would be in this room for hours, like maybe 8 hours, 10 hours a day, like just editing. And, I would like, yeah, it was a lot, but you know what? We did it. It came together amazing. I'm so proud of it. And it's here now. And that's the story. So yeah.
Wow. No, congratulations, Drew. Yes, I know I have edited so many tens of thousands of hours of my life, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And I just want everyone to know just how hard it is to take all that footage and all that audio, because we were shooting just for 3 days, but we tried to get the best audio we could, and just working with all of that, all those assets, putting everything together. You really did such an amazing job. And I think everyone can see that just watching every single minute of it. It was done with love, joy, and a lot of creativity and skill. So congratulations, Drew.
Thank you, Ken. And I will say this, even though, listen, it was a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie about that. It was a lot of work, but I do have to say that like there was so much joy in editing, because you could be working hard, something could be challenging, but you could still have fun with it. And I was never not having fun editing this. I didn't never not enjoy it. I enjoyed editing this, and I'll tell you why. It's exactly as you said. It was nice in a way too, because it's been, and I know you've said the same thing. Like, if we were to edit this in like July, right after the concert, it's like it's all fresh. But it was kind of cool, with it being a year, like looking back at this experience and like kind of like revisiting. Because Ken, how often do you get to do the coolest thing in the world and have it all documented? We will never forget this for the rest of our lives because of this documentary.
Right. Oh yeah. It's really amazing. And, it's funny because I hadn't really seen the footage much since last year either. And, I had memories of like meeting people and people talking about things. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, whoa, there it is. Yeah. That's my memory of it. And it's right there on film. And, it kind of gives me chills to kind of think of just the talent we were around, and you know, even just sitting down and talking with Vince DiCola. I mean, wow, what, you know, what an incredible conversation that was. And how did it feel to look at this footage where you're sort of interacting and having these amazing discussions with all of this talent?
It was very heartwarming. It was really nice. You know, as you said, there's so much passion behind this, and that's because, you know, I truly had a great time there, and it was truly just an amazing experience. I truly enjoyed getting to meet everybody. So it comes across like, you know, I don't have to edit like, oh, let's make this like an energetic, happy scene. No, like that's just what it is. It all these interactions, like, and you know, it's a little scary, but it's pretty cool. You know, as we said, we have everything. Like with the audio, first off, gotta shout out to Ken, because I am not, you know, as much as I try to be, I'm not like with the equipment and all that. That's not my thing. But Ken had the camera, he had the microphones, he hooked a microphone up to my shirt, and basically that microphone was capturing all of the audio, like wherever it wasn't connected to the camera. So like, you know, I remember there was one part, like, you know, because I'm listening to this audio, like I was in the bathroom, I was peeing, and like I could hear it through.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like everything like on audio, which is a little scary, but you know, obviously that's, you know, that's not getting out. We pick and choose what we want, but you know, I forgot where I was going with that. There was a lot. I don't know. I forgot where I was going with that. Basically, I heard myself peeing.
But it's very, it's like revealing like that, right?
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
just, but even with the footage too, like I'm sure you came across like random bits of footage that you maybe even forgot that we shot, or moments that you're like, oh wow, I totally forgot that we did that.
It's funny that you brought that up, because we met Tanner before the concert, and we didn't really get to interact with him after that, because, you know, he was performing and he was doing stuff. But it was funny because looking back at the footage, I remember he went up to go play Strike First, and I'm like, let's go, Tanner. And then he like looked at me, he's like, and I don't even remember that, like where he looked at me like, I mean, like yeah, bro, or something. I don't know. So I was like, oh shoot, I forgot about that. Like that was sick. And then like and then I put that little flashback clip of like, you know, telling him that we'll be in the front row. That was pretty funny. Like, you know, he's like, oh, right, dumb. he was great. So yeah. That one, was there any clip that you saw that you were like, oh my god, I forgot about that, or wow, that was pretty cool?
You know what I really liked? I know it was very brief,
Yeah.
but like the clip where we were in Daniel's old apartments from Karate Kid 1, and then also in Cobra Kai, and the guys who lived in apartment 20,
Yeah,
they lived in Daniel's apartment from the original movie. We got them going up into the apartment, and you actually showed that in the documentary. That was so funny.
yeah.
So
Keep
yeah,
talking.
that was,
I just gotta fix my camera. I'm listening.
absolutely. Well, there's all that kind of stuff, guys. If you've seen it, you know, let us know in the chat if you've watched this, and if you had questions about any of this. Let me look through the chat here. Thank you guys for everyone. Melissa asks, how much equipment did you have to bring with you in order to do it? And pretty much like I have a bag that's just full of everything I need. So if I'm doing anything documentarian like, I grab my bag. It's got a camera, maybe a couple cameras. It's got audio, mics, like lav mics, shotgun mics, just everything I would need to document something for an entire day. I've got that. So I bring that with me, and I always do that if I'm doing any kind of documentary film or TV show. And so it's that normal kit. And And so it's basically like kind of like a small backpack, and I just pack everything in, and that's the equipment we had. So Melissa was asking about equipment, what equipment we used. So we tried to bring a lot of equipment, but keep it kind of as small and light as possible.
Yeah, because oh, what's up, Melissa? It's good to see you here. Yeah, we were on the go a lot. It was very on the go. So Ken, we got another tech question for you from Haley. What gimbal do you use?
Hey, Haley, how you doing? Thanks for the question. For this project, I never used a gimbal.
It was handheld.
Like everything was handheld, which is cool. You know, I like if you're going to shoot something like really, I think raw documentary style, like if you can do it, like handheld is amazing. Though gimbals are super nice. Like I do have a gimbal that I could whip out, but Drew, it's sort of like, I mean, so many things happen so fast. I'm sure you saw going through the footage. Like I remember, I think when we went into the rehearsal for Vince's band and Joe Esposito was there, like boom, he was there. And it's there. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
And so
we missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, we missed that. And it's just like, if we had to like set up a gimbal, you know, that would take even longer. And then we'd run out of batteries and stuff like that. So I think if you're going to do like just that saturation documentary coverage, it's you got to go handheld.
Yeah, so, definitely.
Thank you for the question. But that's I like that Weebill S. That's pretty cool. I love Haley's a photographer, videographer, fellow filmmaker. I can tell. So thanks for the comment.
Yeah, definitely. And Sarah Lawson asks, do you like going on location for videos? I love going on location for videos. I feel like it just, especially when you're doing something like this, which, like, you know, being in front of the camera, I really enjoyed, and just being at these different locations, being outside. And it's also like really refreshing to watch it back. And there's something about, like, you know, I love my little green screen here and my little setup here, but you know, when I can take that camera and go outside and, you know, be at a location, it's really special. And yeah, how do you feel about that? And, you know, the fact that we went to all these different locations, you had to, especially as the filmer, Ken, you had to adjust to all these different locations. For Vince, you didn't know what the setup was going to be. For Zach and Leo, for all these things, you didn't know what it was going to be. You had to be right on the fly. What was it like for you?
I mean, it was exciting. I mean, it was tough, like for all those reasons you mentioned, because, you know, we were traveling, we were going all these different places, like, because you had some amazing ideas, like, let's go shoot at Daniel's old apartment. Let's go to the Overlook.
Yeah.
You know, where Gianni.
That was great. That was so good.
And it was beautiful. It was beautiful being there, and it was so much fun. I had never been to the Overlook before. That was really great. But that's also just a memory I'll never forget. Is I think we were up there. Remember, we were up there, and we were surrounded by people on this overlook, and they're looking over the valley, over the San Fernando Valley at sunset. And it's like these people are lined up with their chairs, sitting on their trucks, just looking. And then almost all at once, all the lights came on all across the valley, and it was beautiful. It was great. And it was just a really cool moment. And I don't think, if I hadn't been there, Drew, with you up there, I don't know if I would have gone to see that ever on my own, to know that was a really cool thing to watch. So I think being on location is great. And then, and then as for adapting, I think if you're going to shoot documentaries or do anything like this, you have to embrace that rush of anything could happen. And so I thought it was fun.
Definitely. It's so cool that, you know, after all this time, like, because Ken and I have been talking for a while about doing a project together, and we've done live streams, but we wanted to do something, and this opportunity just came up, and it was really cool. And we could talk about how it came to be, but I also want to say that you know, this was something that we did on the fly, and, you know, like, to be able to collaborate while like, you know, being like, you know, doing this like fast paced, not really a lot of planning sort of thing. It's not like Ken and I, like, you know, we talked a little bit before about what we wanted to do, but we're not going to say, okay, so Zach's going to say this.
Right.
We don't know what they're going to say. We don't know what they're going to do. So I feel like we were able to really get a feel for each other's styles. And I want to say, I hope in the future, maybe we can do a project where this was fun, but maybe in the future we'll do something where we can write a script or plan something out and then collaborate on that sense. I feel like that would be cool, you know?
Yeah, 100%. That would be a lot of fun. I know, because yeah, we've talked about scripted things before, but this, you're right. The beauty of this is that it was completely unscripted. Everything was real. You're seeing it. What you're seeing in the footage is just how everything unfolded, and you're seeing the people, the awesome people as they are. And that's one thing, Drew, I think it probably cements for all Cobra Kai fans, is just how nice everyone is, and just how like amazing, like everyone was just an absolutely amazing person.
They really
I think
were.
you can see that.
Yeah. There's so many like times where you're like, man, that person was a real, you know what, but but you know, it wasn't really, we met so many people and it really wasn't like that with anyone. I don't think we had one bad experience, because, you know, I would have told you like, Ken, like, that guy was annoying or whatever, but no, everyone was really kind, really welcoming too. And the fact that, like, you know, the Cobra Kai guys, they knew who we were, but the Vince DiCola band, you know, we were just meeting them for the first time. They welcomed us in with open arms. Everyone at the Troubadour was really welcoming, and they allowed us to really get this full experience, you know, to get photos with them. Oh, it was beautiful. It was good.
Yeah, it was great. I don't know if any of you can see it on my wall right now. That is the poster.
That's the poster.
That's the poster from the concert, hanging proudly on my wall, signed by Zach, Leo, and Vince. Yeah, Zach, Leo, and Vince.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'm working on my my setup right now. So I still gotta get it up somewhere. I need to find a good spot. You know what's funny is I remember Andrew, who works for Zach and Leo, he was like, guys, we have like a bunch of, because like I got a signed poster too, but he's like, guys, we have a bunch of extra posters. Do you guys want them? Like, we don't know what to do with them. I'm like, sure, I'll take it. So I have like 10 of them like in my closet.
Oh, awesome.
I'm like stuffing them in my suitcase. Like,
you want to know something, Drew? If there's someone I'd love to add on as a signature to this poster, it would be Mark Kerr. And I am wondering someday if he'd be willing to sign one of those posters, because he did the artwork. Let's Be Water. He created the poster. He's like absolutely like one of the best graphic designers I think I've ever seen. And so it'd be cool to get his signature on one of his pieces.
Super cool that they asked him to do that. First off,
yes.
that's amazing. So happy for him. And yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull up the picture so we could get a better look at it. It's truly amazing. Okay, here it is. This is the official poster.
Yes.
For the concert. It's pretty cool. Look at that.
Amazing.
Yeah. Shout out to Mark, Be Water Creative. Let's Be Water. You can find him on social media. Yeah. So cool. So cool.
Definitely follow him.
Definitely. Yeah. So I think we got some more questions in the chat. Let's see. Eliza wants to know, Ken, what camera did you use?
That's a great question, Eliza. Thank you. For this one, we used the Panasonic Lumix S5, which is an amazing camera. It's full frame, very light, gives an amazing image, great stabilization, and I always enjoy the Lumix cameras. So thank you for the question.
Yeah. I like this question from Melissa. What was your favorite shot of your journey? So let's say from the documentary, our favorite shot. You want to go? You want to go first? And
I'm trying to sort through like all those different shots. I don't.
Yeah.
Do you have one that sticks out to you?
You know what? It's funny because as soon as I pulled it up, I think I do want to. You know what? I think because we're gonna talk about shots. I think we might as well just. We had an idea to actually share our screen like with the concert, and we're gonna like break it down. That way we can like all look at it together, and we can like kind of like have a visual representation and talk about everything that we saw, so we don't miss anything. So, yeah, I will go first. My favorite shot. I don't want to say favorite because like we'll probably go with something else, but I love this shot, and here it is. I love this shot. So okay. So I want to talk about the backstory of this opening scene. So basically, I'm with Ken, and this was like the first day we were filming. We were doing our thing, and we basically were like, sorry, I just realized I didn't even realize there were 2 apartments above the South Seas. Look at those 2. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're right.
Did you realize that? Did you notice that?
No, I didn't even. I think I'm too transfixed by South Seas. I've
Me
never seen
too.
windows above them. Yeah.
I never paid attention. I'm like a little like I'm like now I got to go back and look. That's crazy. I never noticed that. Wow. Okay. Anyway, so basically, I'm with Ken. We're doing this thing, and I'm like, we're getting some great footage at Vince's house. We're doing great stuff at South Seas and Mulholland, all this stuff. But I'm like, we need an opening scene. Like, how are we going to open this? Because, we don't know like how the editing process is going to go, but we know we definitely need some way of opening it rather than just like, okay, so we're at Vince DiCola's. We need something creative. And, especially if like we're going to be making this big documentary, we need something creative and fun, rather than just, hey guys, we're going to be doing this. Let's do something fun. So we're trying to think of a skit that we could do. And we filmed this when we were doing the whole South Seas segment, which you'll see more of that later. And I came up with the idea of calling Zach and Leo. And this was like without even asking Zach and Leo at this point. So I was kind of just hoping like they would like say, yeah, we'll get you the footage of us on the other line. Which they did, very kind of them. So it was basically, saying like, hey, what's up? And then they're like the ones who kind of send us off on this journey. Like, why don't you go here and then go here and then go here? And that's basically it, telling the story, kind of setting up our story. And I remember, we were filming it walking down here, and I was like to Ken, don't show South Seas. Don't show the sign, just show the side of the building. And this was like the only time I told Ken anything. Other than that, he pretty much had it all on lockdown. And then I think you started to understand where I was going with it, which was basically, you're having this conversation, you just see me out here. Maybe you could see the Sadquay Street sign, but you really don't know where I am. And then it's like the big reveal that I am at South Seas apartment complex, and I love the jump, like the timing and the music. It's perfect. So it's like, not even acknowledging the fact that I'm at South Seas. It was just a brilliant way to start it. So that's my favorite shot. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one. Yeah, I really did. I like how you cut that. That was really great. And I remember I had you like I think I had you on the phone from across the street.
Yes,
and yes. I made Drew do like a million takes. Like I'm like, no, we got to get it wider. And so basically he'd have a lot to choose from if he needed it. But that's incredible. I have to say that there's a lot I love as far as like the shots in this. A lot of great shots. For me, just as a moment, I love the moment when Zach is playing guitar right next to Tanner, and they're kind of like looking at each other and
Yeah.
playing. Like I love that moment. I love that shot.
Like that.
Yeah, that's just it's just one of those cool things that like if I'm shooting something, it's like that's such an amazing thing to shoot. And yeah, I get to shoot it. So that was a great moment. I loved.
I love that. That's really cool. And something I was thinking of. I don't know if you ever really thought about it from this perspective. I don't know if we ever talked about it, but like Strike First is the theme, the first fight theme that we hear in Cobra Kai, and it's the music that plays when Gianni is beating up Kyler and the bullies. So like I just find it really cool. Now you have like you kind of have Robby, Johnny's son, playing his dad's fight theme. I don't know, like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yes, very good point. I love that.
I find that pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, let's keep going. I do want to say, wait. Oh my God. Sam, hope you are both good. Just watched the vid for the 10th time.
Wow,
oh my
Sam.
God.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
We got to do the math here. Ken, I'm going to put the ball in your court so you can embarrass yourself or you could show everyone that you're the smartest man on earth. 10 times. How long is that?
Geez, that's 10
definitely over 10 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 and a half hours. So that's incredible. That's amazing. Thank you Sam. Thank you so much for joining us again and again for that wonderful experience. Yes.
Sam, that means the world. Thank you. Thank you so much. You watched it maybe more than me. I don't know. I did watch this thing a lot because I was editing it. So, okay. So yeah. So South Seas, and anything else that you want to talk about with this opening scene, or do you want to? I will say sorry before you answer something I noticed. I mean, like, listen, it is what it is, but I like how I'm in the daytime. It's a second or in the it's a phone.
They're on the other side of the planet.
They're like, we're both supposed to be in LA, guys. Sorry, we didn't actually shoot at the same time. But you know what? I just thought that was pretty funny.
That's pretty funny. No, I love how you opened it. I love how you opened it with that classic Cobra Kai drone shot over the valley, with the classic music, and you just went into this. I loved how you got them. That was so awesome that they did that video, and it was fun because you just ad-libbed a phone conversation, and it was fun to actually see this become a real conversation between you and Zach and Leo. So I think just a very fun sequence, a great way to start this.
Yeah, definitely. And I do have to say, there was an Easter egg in this scene. If you're a big Cobra Kai fan, Ken, the phone ringing round and round by Rad.
Yes.
Remember season 1, episode 3, Miguel's phone rings with that ringtone? I
do. Yes, indeed. I think that's the thing, Drew. That's what kicks this up to the next level are the Easter eggs. And it just a little present for the fans. So well done.
Thank you. So, and obviously, I have something stuck in my throat. Okay. Audio stuff. I mean, it's like we could be here for hours talking about like what I mean, even with the phone call, like, you took the audio, and I do want to let everyone know that while I edited the film, Ken really helped me out with the audio, because audio was the biggest challenge. Like, after the film was all put together, it was okay. How are we going to make this, like, there's certain parts that are hard to hear. There's certain parts that this thing is louder than this. A drum is too loud and you can't hear a conversation. And Ken just was really good with helping me out with that. Like even the phone call, he was like, Drew, send it over. I'm going to make it sound like, you know, cause I put the sound effect in, but he's like, I'll take it and I'll make it like, you want to explain what you did with that? Like just to show everyone that the intricacies of what you were doing with the audio.
Sure. I mean, and just basically, you know, you have all these different audio sources, you know, and we were shooting with multiple microphones at once, and with the hopes that one of them would work well in a given situation, or at least we'd have one as a backup. The ring, the phone call, the ringtone, I should say. Yeah, it's just basically how do we take that and try to make it fit in the scene that we've shot. And yeah, just you know, doing some work. And sometimes there's only so much you can do. Like you mentioned, you know, I think Leo was talking about his
Iwi.
Yeah. And he was talking about that. And you know, there's only so much you can do when you just have these intense drums like right there, just echoing. But still, so we did just a little bit to try and make it sound a little more intelligible. But yeah, I think for the most part though, I think it's pretty seamless. I think we got it to a point where it's really seamless and we can really hear everyone, and it sounds really good, I think, for the most part.
100%. And yeah, that's another thing that, like, you know, as we talked about with like the documentary style, like you can't plan, like there's certain things you just can't plan for. Like, I mean, Leo had a great part here where he's talking about the Iwi and what it is, but you got freaking Love Sam, but Sam's banging those drums.
All right.
And it's like we can't just say, hey Leo, can you just restart that? Like, you know, they're in rehearsal, they're getting ready, and you know, they're not there. Like I mean, they've allowed us to come into film, but the most important thing for us, Ken, is we didn't want to, like, we were in no way trying to, like, you know, stop them from setting up and like, you know, ask them to do all these things. Like there were certain things that they were very nice enough to do, but we had to just kind of go with what was given to us and what was there. And that was the challenge, but you know what? It came out great. And, you know, we got some subtitles here, which are fine. You know, you know, you can still hear it clearly, but yeah, you got certain parts that we got some text, but for most of it, we don't have text because you could hear it very clearly. And it came out great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a great point. Like we don't want to interrupt anything. We want things to play out naturally.
Definitely. So nextly, we have Mr. Vince DiCola.
Hey, can I say, Drew, I love, I'm sorry, I have to say this though.
Yeah.
I love when you get a new like personality come up that like, boom, like I love that. You put the graphic up and it's like, it gets you so jazzed about the new person. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. Well done. Well done.
I appreciate that you brought that up, and you're not the first person to say that. Like I've had a couple people say that to me, that they really like that, and that really meant a lot to me. And you know, the reason why I wanted to do this, because I didn't know like we were gonna do this, but it was when editing. I was like, I want the big people of this documentary, like you know, the main characters. Let's say the main characters, because, you know, this may be a documentary, but like, I like movies. I like movies, and I didn't want this to be just a boring, like here's just clips with nothing else. Like, I want it to be like, this is Vince freaking DiCola. Like, boom, zoom in, like you first meet him, boom, and you got that music, and I love that music. And yet every time, exactly as you mentioned, every time you get a new main character, Boom.
Great. I love it.
You get the name with, and also it lets people know who it is. It lets people know what they are. Like Joe Esposito, singer of "You're the Best" from the Karate Kid, and it sets up the story. You're introducing all these characters. So then, when we get to this concert, you don't need to. There's no Zach Robinson title card. There's no Leo title card. There's no Vince. You already know these guys. You've already you've already met them, and now it's kind of just fleshing it out. And yeah. So I'm glad you appreciated that. I love that.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So then we have this interview here, and you got some great footage of Vince's stuff right here. Now, I will say, we did see his studio.
Yes.
We did see his studio. And I did not put that in this documentary, which was very tough. And originally, I did. But that was because that was when once again, this was over the course of a year. So it was kind of like more towards last year when I had everything in. And I was like, you know what? It would be cool to see the studio, but at the same, maybe I could have done a B-roll, maybe I could have done that, but I didn't want to put any of the footage because I was kind of interviewing him there. I was kind of asking him some questions. I feel like there was a better interview here, even though I thought the stuff he said there was very interesting. It wasn't like it would have been one thing if he was like, here, okay, let me show you my studio. It would have been like, cool, but it just didn't mesh, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And that's great. And that's some great insight into the editing process, where sometimes you line all this stuff out. You line out all these events and you see how they play. And, there's a larger narrative of the documentary, because just because it wasn't scripted, that doesn't mean that there isn't a story. In fact, a documentary is a story. You're trying to extract a story from everything we shot. And so you're just making those decisions about, what matters, what matters to this particular story. Because you could probably, if you wanted to do like a separate Vince DiCola interview, you could, separate from this. But no, that's great. That's what an editor does. And I know it's tough. I know how tough it is, especially, and I'm sure we can go through this and you're going to probably talk about other scenes that you had to cut that you almost left in. But yeah, it's, but what a great interview this is, Drew. What a great discussion.
Oh my God.
I don't know if anyone's had this great a discussion with Vince on any streaming platform. I could be wrong, but he's really talking about everything.
I have to pat myself on the back. It was a pretty good interview. I know, but it's one of those interviews where I there's no moment where I find boring. And I've watched this a lot. I've watched this interview a ton. And Vince is really great at the storytelling. And I do want to talk about another thing, which is B-roll of the interview.
Right.
Which, you and I talked about, which was basically throughout the interview, cutting to different footage, to kind of elaborate on the points he was making and the things he was saying. Now, the original cut, anytime he brought up anything about anything, if he brought up a person, if he brought up a thing, I would show that. I had all these images. And I was watching it back. And I was like, I did all this work. I was watching it back. I'm like, it feels very contrived. It doesn't feel normal. The footage isn't working. The footage I was cutting to, and it would, and I didn't have we didn't have other things to cut to. Now we had his records, we were at his house. We filmed his records in a studio, but that's all we had access to. We couldn't get any more. But like, you know, when Vince is telling about his backstory, there's no footage online of, you know, if say like we had Vince and Sylvester Stallone like hanging out, like maybe that would be a good thing to cut to. But we really didn't have that. So you know, maybe like looking back, there were certain things I could have cut to, I could have done. But overall, I felt like it worked better without it. And you get this, like, you kind of paint the picture in your head, you know, of the story. And you had some moments where it would cut to like, I don't know if I could find it. Cause yeah, like, you know, you cut to like a graphic. There wasn't too much though. Cause I felt like I didn't want it to be just a graphic every, like, you know, 5 seconds. Does it make sense?
It makes perfect sense. Yeah, and I thought it was perfect. You know, it was you at the right times when you had good audio visual linkage. You did it. You put it in, and I thought it was great.
Thank you. So for you, I know you've filmed, you know, people having conversations before. You've done interview footage. But you mentioned to me you have never done anything like this where you had an interview with two people sitting right next to each other. So what was that like for you filming this, where we're just sitting on the couch and, you know, you're going back and forth, zooming out. This is like a 20-minute one take, no cuts.
Yeah. It was, well, you know, we were talking about, Drew, how like if you're shooting these things and you want to be authentic, you have to be ready for everything, right? And this is one of those cases where, yeah, I'd never really been in this situation before, because if I remember right, we had 20 minutes total with Vince. And so we couldn't, you know, normally if I were doing an interview for a documentary or some kind of discussion, I might set up, you know, have them sit in the chair and then maybe set up a tripod and like, you know, do that kind of stuff. But we didn't have any time for that. And there was like this kind of one area here that seemed to work well, but we didn't have chairs really.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to go for it. And so we had you basically sitting down with Vince, and then I had a chair that I was sitting in to kind of maintain an eye line with you guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was 100% handheld. And we just, you know, just went with the flow of the conversation. And, yeah. And you know, if I'm ever shooting anything like this, I try to shoot it in a way where, you know, it's like if you were the audience were there, and like, where would your eye go, you know? And so at least as best as I can try and kind of mimic that, what the audience would see. And so, yeah, it was wild though. Yeah. I had never done anything quite like that before. Just like a complete sit down handheld interview with two people just sitting next to each other, like that. Yeah, it was wild, but cool. Very cool.
Yeah. And you know what? It's, I think it, you know, adds to like what this documentary is about, which is like, it's, you know, it's personal. It's like heartfelt, like, you know, we're sitting next to each other, like just talking, and it's not like, you know, it's different, and it's like, it's just a conversation, you know? So it's not this like back and forth cutting normal thing. Like this is a very different sort of interview setting, but it's something about it. It's really like really special. And you can see Vince's mic right there. Right.
Yep. Yes. But that's the thing though. I am so happy that he allowed us to mic him too, because it was just a great conversation.
Oh my God. The audio for that was incredible. Oh, I have to point this out. This is one of my favorite moments of this whole documentary, because I mean, it's like, I don't know how many people are like really like pinpointing this, and I don't even think, did I know? No. Oh, actually, I might have knew this just from like Zach and Leo having told me before, but they said like, you know, like we spoke to Vince in an ASCAP interview, and we wanted to, we wanted to do a concert with him, but one of the best moments, and I have to play here, was you know, Vince literally saying, yeah, we were doing an interview, and one of them said we should do a concert, and boom, we have the freaking footage. Like that to me was kind of mind blowing. Like to go into like an interview that maybe had a couple. Wait, I don't know how many views it had. I don't want to say something in it. Like I know it wasn't like. Let me just quickly see. Oh wait, I spelled it wrong. Oh, okay. An interview from 2 years ago with 351 views with ASCAP. Like the fact that like we were able to like go back in and pull this footage of like the exact moment that he was referencing, I thought was pretty cool. So
yes, it was awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna play this moment for everyone. I love this.
It was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and just hit it off immediately. And it was at that time that one of them said we should do a concert together.
I feel like we've got to get a live show going.
That's
together.
So cool.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
great. That'd be fantastic.
I think that's a pretty good double bill in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
Peter, get on that.
It's like, manifesting it, right?
Yes. I love that you put that in there.
Yeah, it was just like it was the perfect opportunity. It literally, like, they manifested it. They said like it just goes to like add to like how special this collaboration is,
Right.
So yeah. I don't know if you ever seen that video. There's a video like of Tom Holland who like it's so funny, but he like basically in these different interviews, the interviewer asks him questions and he's like, they're like this is like maybe 10 years ago. They're like what's, if you could play any superhero, who would you be? And he's like, oh, I don't know, maybe in 10 years time, I'm trying to do a British accent, I can't do it. In 10 years time, maybe Spider-Man. And then it like cut, like Spider-Man. And he's like, if I could be in any, if I could, oh, my favorite movie is Uncharted or something. And he was like in Uncharted. He's like, oh, my celebrity crush is Zendaya. And then he works for Zendaya, or then now he's dating Zendaya. So it's like the fact that like, now like, like it just reminded me like of like the manifesting, like, kind of something that's going to happen. Pretty cool.
Yes, it is pretty awesome.
Great interview here. Love this. Vince is so nice. Vince is the nicest guy.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Yes. And it's like such wisdom too. Like he's like such a nice guy, very talented guy, but I don't know. And you can see it in this interview, guys. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But just very wise. I think he had amazing advice as well for musicians, future musicians. Definitely.
And we have Talking Straight with Nate with a super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Nate. Hey guys, halfway through it, psyched me up at the gym. Vince mentioned
Wow.
Great bands like ELP. Glad I saw a Misfit shirt. They're from Lodi, New Jersey. 100% do it yourself. Awesome, man, dude. Hope you're enjoying the concert, and let us know your thoughts when you finish. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks, Nate.
Anything else with Vince, or do you want to move on to South Seas?
Let's move on, because I have a feeling we're going to see Vince again.
We probably will. That was a great. So this shot.
Yes.
Let's just. I'm gonna quiz you here, Ken. When did you shoot this? What were we shooting?
This is probably like take 16 of you jumping and running away. We were talking about before, just like, I wanted to give Drew different options, in the edit and stuff like that. So we definitely wanted to get one with the palm trees. So that was during that section.
And it worked out because, this wasn't filmed for this establishing shot of this South Seas segment. We were filming this for the beginning segment when I was jumping in the air cheering, but what happened was we cut to South Seas. We needed an establishing shot. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, Ken, but look at the car right here. Okay,
Yep.
everyone, look
Yep.
at the car right there. When I play the footage, look at the car. You see someone there? Who's that? did you see that? Did you see that?
There he is.
That's me after doing the jump and the runoff. But I had to, like, you know, get like obviously it's like, you know, it's what's the term for it? It's not manipulation, but like, you know, like movie, you know what I'm saying? It's it's a scene that was not like, because then we cut to me here. It's supposed to feel like it's in the same part, but technically it was not. So like, what do you call that?
Skillful editing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, it's great. It's exactly what it is. It's like, you know, figuring out new ways to put these things together to tell the story, and you did it. That was great. I'm so glad you were able to use this shot because that's fun too.
Yeah, I loved it. The two palm trees, and then beautiful right here. We recorded a lot of guitar playing. Ken, you know, put up with my I messed up a lot of notes, but ultimately this version I chose, I think, was the best one. I only messed up one note. I don't know if anyone noticed, but now you know. But yeah, this was really cool. Look at that, like the blur in the background, the highlight of the guitar. That was cool. And then we got
also, I just want to point out, it's like we wanted to get Drew in there playing his guitar, but also keep the South Seas in there. So the only way to do that is if I were down like on the ground. So this is like, I'm like down on the ground, like looking up at him playing the guitar. But I think we did it.
You were. Yeah, let's oh my god. Yeah, like literally you could see how were you sitting crisscross? Were you like lying on your stomach? Like how were you again?
Gosh, I can't even remember. I can't. My head was definitely like almost down to the ground. But
the dedication.
But yes. Well, hey, you know, it's a cool shot. I mean, you know, we want to see you. It's a cool rock that's there, and you're your head's right between the South Seas, so kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. You see, Ken knows his stuff. He's got those angles. Yeah, that was really cool. And then we got this awesome little vlog of Ken and I walking into South Seas. That was pretty cool. And then the bike scene, that was funny. And then we met Kick. Let's talk about Kick.
Yes.
The Cobra Kick. So we met as we were there, we met this young fan who has a YouTube channel, Cobra Kick. So shout out to him. What was that like? Meeting him and his dad. They were very, very sweet.
Well, and I've had this experience a couple times, but this was like a bonanza day where you just come to this location and you run into these other fans. It's like, and like Kick here had his own YouTube channel. And it was just absolutely amazing just running into them. And they knew exactly who you were. Kick knew exactly who you were. And, you know, he followed you and online and stuff. And it was just cool. There's a lot of like joy, I think, that comes from Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. And just when the fans get together, you get these amazing moments.
Yeah. Such a sweet kid. It was such a nice moment. And yeah, you were ready for that. Like, once again, I believe this was shot on your iPhone, because it was really just such a quick moment. We just had to do that right there, but you know, it was great.
Oh yeah.
with the music too, like
yes.
Like it was like.
How's it going, guys? Hi.
It's like nothing else matters. It's like
so let me ask you something, Drew. Do you think they have never seen Karate Kid, don't know where they live, they don't care? Or do you think they absolutely know where they live, they're Karate Kid fans, but they are sick of people constantly noticing where they live?
They definitely know where they live. I don't know if they are Karate Kid fans because I feel like they would like maybe I don't know if they would have like maybe like said a little more. You know, maybe just said like, "Hey guys, what's up?" There was a brief hi, but not like I don't know. And they are 100% sick. You know, I mean, yeah.
Do you think people ask them if they can go in and see inside?
Well, you did that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We did not. We did not do that. We did not do that. We did not do that. Well, you know what's funny is this is the only apartment with this like this gate on it, I believe.
Oh, you're right.
So I think there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh dear.
yeah, but I'm sure you've had people knock on the door or whatever. But I think I remember speaking to the someone who was there, and they said that the apartment was changed. Like it doesn't even look like the anywhere near the original. Like I think they redesigned it or something. So
yeah,
I don't know, but yeah,
that's cool.
Very cool.
Oh yes. So this moment made it in. It made it in, Drew. Tell us about this whole thing.
This moment made it in. This moment made it in. I was hot. I wanted to take a swim. I jumped in. That was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. You know, I felt like we just had to put it in. It was just funny. Definitely did not know I was gonna do that. But yeah, that was pretty cool, as I'm saying here. So yeah.
I think your clothes dried off pretty quickly, though.
Oh, they dried off so quick. They dried. Look, like that was me, like literally, like later that day.
Yep.
Oh my god, yeah. I had no spare clothes, but yeah, it dried off in a second. Yeah, no, it was good. We had a very good time. So you mentioned Mulholland. We had a great time here. Look at that, and also like we came here during sunset. Like the timing worked out perfectly. Like what a beautiful, beautiful shot right there.
Well, yeah, it's a very cool setting. I was hoping there'd be some way to like get the camera higher, you know, to really replicate from the show. But still, I mean, look at this. This is pretty cool, man. Pretty cool location.
And you know, I told you you could have climbed that cliff, but
Right.
you didn't want to. You said it was too dangerous. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, it's like, to put it into perspective for everyone, it's like it's a road. It's a two-way road. And then right on the side of it is this lookout. So like cars just literally pull up right here. There is no sidewalk, nowhere to walk. You have to drive to this location. And then wait, this isn't your car, right, Ken? Or is it?
It is. Yep.
Oh, this is. Oh, so you had the red car, so it worked out.
Right.
Yes. So, yeah. Oh, so yeah, we wanted to get the car in because Gianni has a red car too, so that was perfect. It was great, and then we were trying to. I remember it took a little bit for us to figure out like what do we want to say, like how do we want to like. We wanted to do some sort of skit. What do we want to do? And then you were the one who came up, and I thought it was brilliant. No, I didn't say he was off pitch. I said he was pitchy. There's a difference, you know, which is a whole play on the I didn't call her a bitch. I said she was bitching at me. So that was great.
I know we're limited on the words that rhymed with you know, the B word, but that was fun.
No, it worked because of the concert, like pitch.
Exactly. You're right. Yes.
Yeah, it's like, "You're not coming to the concert?" Like, "What's wrong with you?" It's like, "Oh, sorry, ma."
Sorry, Mom. That's great.
Yeah. Just a little fun thing. So that was a good time. Let's see. And if you see anything in the chat,
Let's see.
let me know. I know.
Oh, goodbye, Haley Adelaide Films. Thanks for watching.
Oh, bye, Haley. I have a demo reel to prepare for a job interview in the morning. Oh, good luck.
Yes,
Good luck with
good luck.
that. Thank you for joining. Max, Kelly, how are you all doing tonight? I'm doing good. How are you doing, Ken?
I'm doing amazing. This is a blast. We're able to kind of step through this and kind of tell you the behind the scenes stories.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
right.
Daniel Russo. I got you. Yeah.
Yes.
True. I could go up to Ralph and be like, Ralph, listen. I did something you never did. Next time I see him, I'll tell him that. I see. Oh, this is a very sweet comment from Marianella. Congratulations, Drew. You have accomplished a lot being so young. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. Appreciate that. And Talkie Show Nate says, I'm probably going to watch my big screen TV. That's what I recommend for all of you. I watched it on the TV with my family after it was finished editing. Where did you watch it on your computer? Did you watch it on the TV, Ken? Where did you watch this?
Let's see. I watched it the first time I saw it when you sent it to me. I watched it on my computer, but this was like before it was released, so it was still only at 360p. You know, it was still encoding.
Yeah,
so it wasn't up. But the second time I watched it was on the phone because I was on the road. But so I want to see it on the big screen though, because you're right. It's an epic event. It deserves to be seen on the big screen.
Definitely, it really does, and really these shots, like. There's some very beautiful shots in here that just you can't really like get the full experience watching on a phone. So for those of you out there, put it up on YouTube TV or not YouTube TV, whatever, YouTube on your TV, because YouTube TV is not YouTube anyway.
Chromecast, AirPlay, or Roku, whatever you got.
Yeah, put it on the Facebook, Instagram, Snappy Chat, and send it to the internet. Whatever Johnny would say. All right. Vince, band rehearsal. This is probably when we get into with edit in terms of editing. So this opening, well, we had the footage. There was an order to that. Vince interview that there was an order to that. That was a very simple, straightforward. South Seas was a little difficult, but it was very quick. A minute and a half. Mulholland Drive was one shot. This one was really tough because it was like we had so much footage, probably like 4 hours, 3-4 hours here, and it was like,
dang, really?
Maybe,
my goodness.
Maybe 3. I would say at least 3. We were there for at least 3 hours. There was a lot. And so much good stuff. But it was like, how do we put this thing together? And you know, once again, the thought process is movie. Like, let's grab you. And it's like, you know, Vince over here is talking about music. But how good is he at music? We don't know. Boom. A little loud. Those drums. By the way, Ken, do you want to explain to everyone why you can't actually hear the why you just hear the drums? You want to get
let's see. I'm trying to
At least in this
it-
room. In this room.
Oh, right. Because everything's kind of going. Basically, you have the like recording area where you're kind of mixing, I guess the mixing room, and then you have this room here. And so everyone's kind of hooked up through earphones, so they can kind of hear what everyone else is doing. But if you're live there and you don't have earphones, like the camera didn't, then you don't get to hear everything.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, if you're in there's two rooms. There's this room, and then on the other side, this room where you're actually hearing the music. But when we were in here, I did not expect that. It was loud. It was just like it was just so it's crazy. But it was really cool. So yeah, I just wanted to start it right away. Boom, music. Let's jump into our first song. So we have Dare from Transformers. I love this song. It's a good song, right?
Oh yeah, it's just so classic. And I know you guys, some of you in the chat have already talked about the Transformers soundtrack, and so yeah, this just launches you right into it.
Yeah, definitely. So good on the marimba. So cool. So that's Ken's filming everything you see right there. Like look at that. That's pretty cool. And then I wanted to do some sort of like, you know, I like a little like, that's why I had those like fades to make it like just like a little bit of a, you know, with the concert, we were in one position. So it was like you can't really do those transitions and kind of make like, with this, I was kind of going for that music video kind of feel. And because Ken was able to get up and close and get, you know, like this is why, like, you know, like, sure, I edited this, but like Ken got these angles, which allowed me to like make it so good. Like it made my job so much easier. Cause, you know, like, a lot of times, like, you know, like if I'm doing something, I'm like, oh shoot, I should have got closer up. Maybe I'll have to crop in. Like I didn't have to do any of that. Like I didn't have to like crop in anything. Like Ken, you already like were zooming in and out and getting like, you know, these pan ups, like the pan up to Vince. Like that was a great shot. It just flowed. So I was trying to get all of your best shots and just really put it up together for it. So yeah.
That's awesome. And you did a really good job too, because in this whole thing, they were playing and stop. If I'm remembering right, they're playing songs, stopping and starting again. And you condensed everything. Like you said, we were there for 3 hours total. And I mean, you were able to sort of give us these songs in condensed form where you didn't have to watch or listen to the whole song. It just, you're able to kind of condense it, which is tricky as an editor. So well done, Drew. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. And you know, listen, I would have loved to like, you know, put everything in this and like show every song and every dialogue, every conversation, but like there's certain parts that like maybe that's its own video, but for this, it was already an hour and a half. So with this, you know, you started off with I believe I feel like that wasn't even connected. Like so Vince playing there, I feel like was the beginning of the song. And then let me know if that's too loud, hopefully. Okay. And then that was like a different part. So like then we jump right into the chorus. Like we got more than that, but we just showed the chorus. And then yeah, it just kind of cuts. Which I have to say, and me and you, Ken, we haven't spoken too much about this, but the hardest part about this, like one of the hardest parts was the music, editing the music, because there were certain parts where we didn't have, I mean, listen, it was just you. You were a one-man team, which props to you for getting all this. But there were certain parts where like the footage, maybe we didn't have like
Didn't have the coverage.
Like the coverage of like, or maybe we needed like multiple coverages or something to get like a good, like, okay, this is a good place to fade out the song. Sometimes it was just like, there were no spots to fade it out, which that's just what it was, because we were just on the go, and obviously it was just us. But that was a very challenging part to kind of, like, even here, like I would like listen for the drum beats. Like that's how detailed this was.
Right.
Like it's gonna take a stand. And then on that next like big drum beat, I would like cut that. Then I would go to the end of the song and find the boom, the last drum beat, and kind of mesh it together so it's still on beat, it's still on rhythm, but you're splicing the song, that was tough. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it's a tough thing. It's any kind of like single cam documentary style thing. Like it's a different challenge to edit. And yeah, you did a really good job of just condensing everything.
And what's crazy is, like, I mean, you got so much footage that, like, I can't believe this was all done on one camera, right? It feels like there were multiple cameras going around, you know?
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Of
Thank you very
course.
much. Appreciate it.
Of course. So now, like, continuing with this story, I mean, then you meet Joe.
Mm-hmm.
That's the next part of the story. Dude, there you go. So Ken, what was it like meeting Mr. Joe Esposito, the best around himself? This is the man who sings the song.
Yes. Really amazing. One of my favorite, I think, what was it? The previous month where we met at the Live and Badass show, they had that surprise ending to that show where Joe Esposito came out and sang "You're the Best Around." And I was just like, my mouth was on the floor. I couldn't believe I was listening to that live. Anyway, so flash forward to this. We knew Joe Esposito was going to be there. And then all of a sudden he was just there. It was almost like, boom, like, whoa, he's just right there. And he's like talking to you and stuff. And I mean, I think you'll agree with me, Drew. I mean, he is like a presence. Like he's just, when Joe Esposito's there. And he's just got he's a great guy, but he's just got this amazing presence about him. And it was a joy to hear him sing, because I think he did Hearts on Fire and You're the Best Around. Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. He steals the show when he comes in, and like, I was really like, it was very surreal for me. Like, I just want to show everyone, like, look where I was standing when he was singing this song. I'm like right there videoing him, like, look at that. Like, that's insane, like, I'm just like, it was really crazy, like, hearing him, like hearing him sing, and he's super talented. This was another amazing moment. Listen to the harmonies here. Wow, right? So good.
Yeah, pretty amazing. It's fun looking at Vince too, because it's like, it's his song, and yeah, it's great.
This, yeah, I love like, look at the smile, look at everyone looks so happy. It's great. This was if we were writing a script, Ken, I would probably like, this would probably be like a moment like we would write down, like, oh, that would be a funny thing, but this was all on the spot, and this is just the funniest moment of like Joe's like, should we do a podcast together? And then
is Instagram like good to contact you for that? Or
yeah, I'll give you my phone number.
Okay, cool.
I just like, awesome. I'm like like, it was just like, it was just I had to like zoom in close to me because it's so funny. And then I did get Joe's number, which Joe loved the documentary, which was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. There you go. Watch party. You're up. Uncover the number. Kidding.
Right.
Kidding. And I really like the moments here, like, you know, where like
This is the man right here, one of the best around ever.
Like that was cool when like we didn't even tell them to like say anything. Like they would just like kind of like look at the camera and be like this like talking that, which was really nice. They didn't even know really what it was gonna be for, but now I'm sure they're happy they did those sorts of things, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. So anything else, Ken, from the Vince interview? We had a great moment here with George and Keith
Yes.
from the band. What are your thoughts on the Vince section rehearsal?
Well, this blew me away just because, you know, obviously the music, and we were there with Vince and Joe Esposito, and then George and Keith were just so talented in so many ways. Like George was a musician. He was also a voice actor as well. Like he did so many things, and it was just, I know that conversation lasted. I mean, you saw a piece of it, but that conversation went on for a while, didn't it? Yeah.
Well, we talked about a lot.
Yeah.
We talked about everything. Just about how, like, you know, they were fans of Vince DiCola, like way before being in his band. And like, you know, for them, it's like a dream come true, you know, being able to perform with him. And, you know, like George was doing Star Wars impressions, and I really loved what he was saying here about, like, you know, very inspirational story that he gave here about like his childhood and how the Karate Kid helped him, and it just kind of ties everything together, you know?
Yeah, he really opened up. So Drew, you were able to just talk to everyone. Everyone just like opened up. It was really great.
Yeah, definitely. So that was great. And then we got this little moment here, the rehearsals.
Thank you. Bye.
That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Getting to play guitar on the streets. If you guys know that song, comment it below. So yeah, that was our little segue into Zach and Leo. And yeah, dude, yo, Zach. There we go. You like that, right?
That's great.
You like that? You like that, Kenny boy?
I like that.
No, it's awesome because it's just like, this is your next main character. And it's like, what's so cool, it's like, it's a movie, man. It's like 28 minutes in. Like now we're getting into now we're getting some like Cobra Kai. Like this is like it doesn't, it builds and it builds and it builds, and it just gets so much more exciting. There's so much stuff. Like even like we're gonna get to the concert, but like even after the concert, like if you think the concert's it, no. Like after the concert, who is that guy right there? You know, who is that right there and that right there? Like there's a lot there, but we'll get to that. So this whole thing, meeting Zach and Leo here was really, really cool. And the whole band got some sheet music. Zach did a great job of you know, really like talking to the camera or talking to the audience and really explaining what was going on, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he really did a good job. And I think at one point he was interviewing Leo a little bit, and it was great.
Yeah. And then this part where Leo was talking about his Iwi. And this is where you were helping a lot with the audio. If you guys listen, I'll play a little bit.
And then we're coming
Listen to this. Wait.
tonight. We have a bunch of guest shows.
Electronic wind instrument.
Oh, it's the bass. It was the bass playing. So listen to the bass, like how the bass was so loud over.
Unfortunately, none of them are coming tonight, but they'll be at the show.
This is an EWI. Stands for electronic wind instrument.
Drum.
It's basically a
Drums.
synthesizer that you play like a saxophone, and I can change it to anything I want.
You could hear it. Obviously, the dialogue, it's a little different than the normal dialogue. That's because Ken can you explain what you did? Because I'm so curious too. How did you take? It was a single audio track of.
Mhm.
So it's not like we had separate drums and then Leo, and then you could just delete the drums. Like it was all together. How did you minimize the drums and the bass to highlight Leo's voice more?
Yeah, I have some special programs, some advanced programs that what they'll do, and that's the thing is like if you have, depending on the original state of the audio file, you know, there's only so much you can do. Like this is an example because what the program will do is try to isolate on a human voice and what are those frequencies. And so it'll try to detect those frequencies and throw out everything else. The trouble is with those drums, especially, they take up the entire spectrum of sound. So you can bring it down a bit, but the trouble is it cuts into the human speech. So, but luckily, you know, the program's pretty good, pretty sophisticated. And so we did what we could. And I think you can definitely hear it way better than in the original audio.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. No, you did it. You did a great job with that. And this part was great.
Where it's not going to sound like Miyagi Do fix up. You're not going to hear the like.
Zach was basically saying like their keyboard player wasn't there, and I said, and I know you like this part.
Melody, you know, necessarily. Like there's certain things.
I know how to play it. If you need,
Yeah, okay, all right. You're up, dude. You're up.
Key of B minor.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
That's great.
Okay.
So tell us how you accomplished this, Drew. That's pretty damn funny.
Well, I have to ask you first. What was your reaction to this? Because you had no idea I was going to do this. And I
No.
said this to you. What'd you think?
I loved it. I thought it was great. It flowed. It made perfect sense and it was funny. Yeah, it just completely matched the tone of everything. I thought it was very inspired. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. So, you know, I think someone, I forgot. Oh my God. So I actually put this clip up as an individual video, and I said, here's a clip from the concert. And then someone put a comment saying, so awesome that you got to play with the band. And I'm like, oh my God, did they actually think that was real? I was like, oh no. Guys, this doesn't look real, right?
It's a nice effect, Drew. It's a nice effect.
Yeah.
So if you did feel that way, that this was real, I understand.
Oh yeah. So I was trying to make it as clear that it wasn't real with the light, the lights
Right.
being here and with the green screen effect around me. Like you, like literally, I'm there before they even pop.
That's so funny.
So yeah, no, because what happened was, by the way, I was serious. Like I do know how to play Miyagi Do fix up. I didn't actually play with them, but I was serious. I was so serious. Like I would have gone up there at key of B minor. Anyway, so I just thought it'd be funny. Like I don't know. What if I put that in? Like, what if I green screen myself like playing with them? Because so I just decided
There's
like
certain things.
I wanted to dress up like really just outlandish.
Right.
You know, just to really sell it and get the me and Leo with the guitars, like, and then what I did, I don't know if you like caught onto this, but the music just cuts, and I'm just standing there like, so it was supposed to kind of feel like that's what I was envisioning. That was like a dream or a vision of like a
Nice.
you know. So tell me if you get that vibe. I'll show you the clip.
Yes. Yeah, there we go.
That's great.
You get what I mean?
Yes, that's great.
Yeah.
Drew in a daydream.
Exactly. And then this was cool. This was cool. Like so much footage here. Like this was actually on my iPhone. Because we had,
Okay.
yeah, well, you weren't filming this. So this was set up on my iPhone. And you know, we were able to get like a time, like we were able to get the whole concert there. on that one angle. Once again, a credit to Ken's filming. There was no need to cut to my iPhone footage, which first off, it was just the stagnant shot, so it would have been boring. But anyway, I mean, he already got like such great footage. So this was us talking to Brittany, someone who works for Zach and Leo. And I just like decided, you know, before just having this random clip of, by the way, guys, Tanner's going to be there. It's like, how do we know this? Let's get a little shot of us talking to this woman, Brittany, and you don't know what we're talking about, but then you get the reveal, you know?
Right.
What'd you think? What'd you think of that?
I love it because you're laying down, it's part of the story. You know, we were talking about how it's important to, even when you're doing a documentary, especially when you're doing a documentary, to lay out what is the story. That's exactly what you're doing right here. You're laying down, you're planting the seeds of the story, the Tanner story. And I did like also the time lapse. You use that time lapse from your phone. It was really, really nice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right there for the Awakens thing. I wanted to before we got into the concert, because you notice with every scene, there's a bit of a montage. At least not every scene, but like the Vince band rehearsal, you had that beginning music scene with the montage kind of going around, and then even when we get later on at the Troubadour, when you know Zach and Leo are taking pictures with everybody. So I wanted to do a montage because Ken got all these great shots. And I really wanted to highlight it. Like how could we show that close up of the Awake the Snake sheet music without it just being a random shot? You do it in a montage. So I had this footage and I just thought that would be really cool to show them setting up with the music in the back. And it looks sick. Like you can see also behind the scenes of Ken, you know, with the camera just all around. Like, you know, that was pretty cool, right? Was that cool seeing that?
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing seeing it. And it just gives you that sense of how much work goes into even just doing a rehearsal. And I think I loved everything, but for whatever reason, I loved this rehearsal. Like I loved this moment. There was something very cool about it. It just felt so small and intimate. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like this hidden Cobra Kai concert or something.
Dude, it was a private concert. It was really hidden. And you know, it's like funny because there's people outside, like, and I'm like, guys, do you not know that Zach and Leo and the band of Cobra Kai are playing here? I'm like, oh my God, this is like, yeah. And Ken, like, I mean, you set it up perfectly. You asked me like, the great question. What does this moment mean to you right now? Like, I mean, you saw me freaking out. So great moment to ask it. And I loved my response here. It was a great moment to put it in. This whole montage was really cool. Like even like a shot like this, like, I'm sorry, this, we keep talking, but like the shot where Francisco is on bass. Francisco's on bass, and then you have Andrew pops up into frame. Like that was like an intentional, like this was like a long shot, but I spliced it to get that like shots on Francisco. Boom, you get a little Andrew, and then it's gonna like kind of slowly now, like it kind of starts to like clear up. The focus goes from Francisco to Andrew. Like that was cool. Just different. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun place, and what was great is like, we could move around here, you know what I mean? And where, as you said, at the concert, you were kind of stuck where we are, but it was kind of fun. You could get up close and see all kinds of things.
Yeah. And even like with Vince, it was the rehearsal space was a little tough too for Ken to move. Like Ken, you had this whole area to walk, and you could look how close you were getting. Like you were getting these really close up shots of the guitar. I mean, you probably didn't even need to. We were so close, like you didn't even need to zoom in your camera all the way. Like you could just leave it as it was, and it was already getting like these really great shots.
Yeah, it was great because sometimes if you have the flexibility, if you're shooting something to use different focal lengths, they give different. You can go for different feels sometimes, especially when you're getting close to a person. And one thing with the concert is you're stuck at kind of a more a longer focal length, you know, you have to zoom in more and you're kind of stuck there. But it's nice to where you don't have to zoom in and you can actually walk close to your subject. It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And yes, we had so many great shots here. That was funny. That was great. That was great. Everyone's laughing. And then you told me you liked that the text with
Yes,
the songs.
yes. Right.
Yeah.
It's great. It made me think of, like, you know, it's like a program. You're going to a performance, a concert, but you're throwing the program up, and it's like, yeah, it does give the feel that this is kind of a concert in a way. And I thought it was nice how you did this. And then also later you actually see the full concert, but they're two separate experiences. And you don't have repetition. It's like when you see the concert after this, you're still watching like all new things. And it's really cool.
That's a very good point that you brought up. And I do want to talk about that. I edited this first, so the rehearsal, and it's crazy because literally, if we look at when the music first started, it's about 33-minute mark. That rehearsal goes about 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes of music, of Cobra Kai music.
Mm-hmm.
And I was editing it in a way where I wanted to show, because we were probably there. We were there for a lot of the rehearsal. We got a lot of the songs in, and I wanted to show like every one because it was so good. I didn't show the full songs. I would splice it so you got like, you know, the most important parts, probably a minute of each song. I would say there was about 10 songs, so we got like a minute per song. But then the biggest thing, which you bring up, is I hadn't yet edited the concert, which was the most important thing. And I was like, I don't know if there's a very strong chance that when I get to editing the concert, that it could feel like repetitive. It's like, because I don't want it to be the same thing where you're hearing the same stuff here and then you're watching that and you're like, I just heard this. It's the same thing. But what happened was, with the footage, with the experience, with the atmosphere, with everything in between, it did not feel like that at all. And you said that, and I'm really glad you felt like that, and I felt like that too, where I didn't feel the need to go back and say, oh, I need to cut this rehearsal down. This was 10 minutes. The actual concert was like 25 minutes. It was pretty long, but because the thing is, it was two completely different atmospheres, two scenarios, and also it wasn't like you're hearing the full entire song again. Like, you're hearing just these little snippets, and like, you know, everyone's dressed different, you're getting different shots. And it's also, in a way, like, I wanted to show like this is what Miyagi-Do Fix-Up sounds like in rehearsal, and this is what Miyagi-Do Fix-Up sounds like at the concert. And you could compare the two and be like, dang, like the atmosphere is completely different. You see you could compare the two. So
Right.
that was what I was trying to go for, and I'm glad with how it turned out.
Yeah, it was great. It had the exact intended effect. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. Yeah. So, and what was your favorite song from rehearsal? What do you think, like from the rehearsal specifically, like what was your favorite? This is great. That was great. That was a great moment.
Right. I'll tell you that one of my favorite moment from rehearsal
Yeah.
is Leo with the cowbell.
Yes.
That was awesome. I love that Will Ferrell reference. You're right there.
Oh wait, what reference?
Oh, he was, if you haven't seen it, okay. There's a classic Will Ferrell sketch on Saturday Night Live, where they are playing Fear the Reaper, and Will Ferrell is like playing cowbell, and this is like supposed to be the original recording session, and Christopher Walken was playing the agent. And Will Ferrell, all his job was to play the cowbell and stuff like that. And then everyone's like, hey, I think we need more cowbell. And so Will Ferrell's there, and so there's one point in the sketch where Will Ferrell's like has the cowbell above his head and he's going dun 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 like he's really overdoing that. Yeah.
So do you think that was like definitely a reference to that?
I think 100%. Go check out that sketch. I recommend it. It's pretty funny. Christopher Walken has one of his favorite, one of the best Christopher Walken lines of all time was uttered in that sketch. I recommend watching it. It was really funny.
I'm like skimming it right now. I see what I can see, I see what you mean. Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, that was a great moment. Yeah, that was that was funny. I love that. Oh, I love this moment too. This was funny. Like this was like once again, like there's certain moments. It's like I love that we were able to get some comedy out of this. Like with like Zach's not trying to be funny. Leo's not trying to be like, I mean,
Right.
Leo was okay. Zach here wasn't trying to be funny, but this was just naturally funny. We didn't give him a script to do this. He just did this, and it was funny. He was trying to play Cobra Kai, and he couldn't play it, and this was his reaction. No, but I like it. I was like, it was just like F it. Da, 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 da. It just jumps right in. Like listen to the is it right after he says it? It's like boom, right into the music.
Yeah.
Like I started the drum the count like the drum count off like before, so it just went right into it. It's like like screw it, I'll just do what I like, and it just rips on the guitar. Oh.
Yeah, that was great. Very, very cool.
You like that moment?
I did. That was awesome.
Oh, that was funny.
And I just like to say this too, like doing documentaries and stuff. It's not every day that you have just amazing people to document. And like these are just examples of how amazing it is to just do a documentary with Drew, kind of like hosting us through this experience. And then with Vince and Zach and Leo, they're all so much fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh, this was so cool. And this really highlights them and their personalities, which I don't think like you don't really get too much of that other than like interviews. I mean, I've never there's nothing like this.
No,
it's pretty cool.
No, it's like who are the people who are creating this amazing music? And a lot of people probably just know them by the names, like their credits and everything like that. And they don't, what are their personalities like? Yeah. Like what are they like when they're like playing their music and you get to see it. And I mean, it's just so much fun.
Yeah, you really do. This moment was funny too. I love this one. This is like the moment where you're like he makes eye contact with me and I'm just like I mean Ken, like it's pretty crazy. Like this is a rehearsal and like we're just there. Like well, you're filming, so you like got something to do. I'm just standing there like it was just like I don't know. It was a blast, but it's pretty funny when you think about it. It's not like it was like there was nobody there. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yes, very, very cool moments. Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see what else we got. So like, and then also like you hear Strike First, but this is without Tanner, so you could compare that one. Obviously, with Tanner is like crazier, better. This one was cool.
All right, your favorite.
Oh. I think they're Sam and Robbie. Sam and Robbie. Yes. Okay. I gotta talk about Sam and Robbie. So, you know, like one of the main reasons why I would say the biggest reason why I liked Sam and Robbie in season 2 as a couple, and the only like reason I would ever want them to get back together is because of this theme.
The song. It is. It's great.
I swear to you, Ken. It's like I can't really tell you like, yeah, I think their personalities just align and they're good for each other. Nah, this theme. It's the acoustic guitar. And, you know, I love my boy Miguel, but, you know, they do a rendition of this theme with Miguel, and it's good, but it's not Sam and Robbie. Like, there's a reason why they're playing Sam and Robbie specifically. And the guitar, and I do want to give a very quick story. Before I made Cobra Kai Kid, the YouTube channel, I was a Cobra Kai fan. I was watching the show and I was in love with the music. And I was so in love with it that I was like, oh my God, who makes the music? And then I searched up, it was Zach and Leo, and I sent them like this huge Instagram DM, like saying like, I'm a big fan, you guys, like this music is really like inspired me, all this stuff. Like before I had the channel, they had no idea who I was. And, you know, they like really appreciated that message. Like, you know, Zach even said, which was really cool, like, if you're ever in LA, let us know and we'll give you a tour. And that was really cool because that was based off of one message. That was before the channel. And then look where we've come. And I remember I sent him a cover I did of Sam and Robbie, because I was taking guitar lessons. I asked my guitar teacher, how do you play this? Like, I really want to play it. So he taught me like, my guitar is there, but it broke a string. So I got to fix that. I can't do that. But I was playing it a certain way because my guitar teacher taught me. And then I sent to Zach. He was like, it's really good, man. Listen, try and put the capo on the 3rd fret and play this. And I'm like, oh my God. Did he just like give me like the like the chords or whatever? And then I played it the way he said, and it sounded so much better. And I'm like, oh my God. So like that was pretty surreal because that was like 4 years ago. That was like 4 years ago, which is really nuts, before I had the channel. So Sam and Robbie's always been very special to me. Zach knew it was my favorite. So pretty cool Easter egg for those out there. Zach taught me how to play Sam and Robbie before I had Cobra Kai Kid.
Oh, that's amazing, Drew.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I love this song, and you knew to film me. You knew.
Oh yeah.
You knew. And yeah, anything else with the rehearsal?
Just really, this might have been in a way kind of my favorite part of the whole 3 days. You know, it's tough to say that when you have like the concert and you have all this other great stuff like the rehearsal with Vincent, and everyone. But yeah, there was something really cool about this.
Yeah, because you were getting the experience, but it was also like mellow and relaxed. Like, you know, like it was very like exclusive, which was cool.
Yes.
So I don't know if you noticed, but what I did was I actually took the same clip from earlier on.
Thank you, Drew.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Did you know it was the same audio?
I don't think I thought of it being the same audio. So
there you go. It worked.
It worked.
It worked. I knew it. I was like, you know what? It was 10 minutes ago, and it's so easy to think that I would clap again and he would say thank you, Drew, again. So he did not do that again. I literally copy and pasted the audio, but I thought that would be a good way of ending it, like a funny thing. So
yes, very nicely done.
It worked. Wait, who says that? It worked. Oh, Anakin Skywalker and Phantom Menace. Sorry, I was just thinking of a lot.
Yes.
This was cool. I wanted to really like highlight, okay, we were here. This is like, you know what it's like? No, well, yeah, okay. So the theme I chose for this part was the All Valley tournament theme.
Mhm.
Da, 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 da. You know, like when like you get to the All Valley tournament, it's like, I think when is it? It's like right before Miguel is like having his first match and he's gonna do the crane. It's like right before the tournament starts. It's like, okay, here it is, just the big moment. So like, you know, I put that music in to really set it up. Thursday, June 23rd,
Yeah.
2022. The Cobra Kai like now this is it.
Yeah.
Like, because you didn't get this has not been in any of the previous 42 minutes. There has been no Vince DiCola rehearsal, Zachary rehearsal,
Right.
because this is the concert. I went to
Right.
the concert. This is it.
Yes, this is the moment.
This is the moment. And Ken, beautiful shot right here with the. That's a dude. That's a Miyagi-Do right there. That's a Miyagi-Do shot. That's like a like, you know, like those shots in Cobra Kai where like the sun is peering through the Miyagi-Do dojo.
Right.
Just
yes.
those any of those shots. That's just what this reminded me of. It was beautiful.
Well, Drew, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Of course.
It's very kind words. Thank you. Yeah, this is a fun shot. I mean, and it's fun because, you know, obviously we were lucky we had the lighting in the right position. The sun was in the right position, but the troubadour itself, you know, as you're going to explain, you know, it's an amazing location. So much history, so much musical history here. Perfect venue for this concert.
Yeah, amazing. So we got a little recap here. Walking in, that was pretty cool. So now, what I like to describe this as like, I mean, I couldn't like tell you guys this before. Oh, okay, so we're gonna make this documentary and it's gonna like be like this and this and this. But what's really cool is like, you know, when you get to this concert, we had an interview with Vince. We had a band rehearsal with Vince. We had a rehearsal with Zach and Leo. You're getting to know these, let's say these characters, like, you know, like they're characters of a story. You're getting to know them. And you know them. So we're at the concert. There's no more like, oh, hey, who are you? No, it's like, it's good to see you again, Vince. It's good to see you again, Leo. And I feel like because it's a first person, like kind of experience, it's like the audience that's watching, it's like they're seeing, oh, Vince, it's good to see you again. Leo, it's good to see you again. You know, like all these people that we're getting to see again, it's now culminating, like, because you never saw Vince with Zach and Leo. It was always separate, but now you're kind of coming together. It's like all for this one big kind of like the season 6. It's all leading to that,
Right.
you know? Yes,
indeed. Very true. Yes, you set everyone up very well. This is the big melting pot now.
Yeah, definitely. We had some great moments here. Meeting Tanner.
Oh yeah.
Meeting Tanner. That was a great one. Great conversation. He's truly one of the most humble people I've ever met. Right?
Yes. Really unbelievably awesome. Yeah, really is.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the fact of like, you know, I'm like, Tanner, like, you're awesome. You're really good at guitar. No, man, no. You know?
Yes.
Very modest, but you know, that's really, really nice.
Yeah, it's kind of a theme. It's a theme with like everyone involved with the show. It's really kind of great.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna wait. Okay. Tell me more about Tanner. I'm gonna type something in the private chat to you.
Absolutely. Well, this was like another thing where he just like came up all of a sudden. He was there, and you know, it's like I hadn't met Tanner before, and it was like, oh, it's it's Tanner Buchanan. And so but I think this moment is just so genuine. It's kind of cool for people to see. You know, he knows who Drew is, and it's just such a warm interaction. And yeah, definitely I'm really good I'm really good with seeing these great authentic moments, and I'm really happy that that we got them all. I mean, it's really kind of amazing that everything came together so beautifully for this, because as you said, we didn't plan anything. We're just going with the flow. We were simpatico with the universe, and it was really cool that all this happened.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, definitely meeting him. Meeting him was so special. This was my first time meeting him. I know it was your first time meeting him. We had this, this very nice interaction. And I mean, he ended up killing it at the concert. So, props off to him. That was awesome. And then we get to see Zach again in his
Yes.
schleppy boy clothes, as he says. That was pretty funny. And then now we have a montage here. So
Yes, a montage, of course.
you can't have Cobra Kai without a montage.
That's
So
right.
what do you think of this? Because I want to ask you, because you got, part of a montage is multiple shots, and you got all these shots. So I'm gonna mute it. I'm gonna play it, and like as I play it, like why don't you like tell me about like the shots that you got? Because basically this montage, I wanted to like capture the fan meetup.
Right.
Like you have Zach and Leo meeting the fans, and now you're kind of going a little bit away from Cobra Kai Kid to focus on them meeting up. But then it was cool because, it would be like, there would be like fans meeting up with Zach and Leo, and then they would come talk to us. So it was kind of
Right.
like, once they were done with Zach and Leo, we're like, hey, what's up? And either like they knew us or they didn't, but it was really cool. So yeah, talk to us about some of these shots that you got. I do have to say, like first, like, I mean, you film this, you have no idea where it's gonna go when you film it. It's just so cool that like you're getting all these shots, and it really came together great. I just had to say that, but yeah,
Well,
tell me.
thank you, Drew.
Yeah, of course. So what was it like filming this part? I'll play it right here.
Sure. Yeah, really cool troubadour sign. Obviously, Mark Kerr, so excited to see his posters. Drew, getting that authentic. He's kind of absorbing everything. And, following Drew, I want to follow our main characters right now, are Vince, Leo, and Zach. And so basically, I'm trying to cover any kind of moments where Drew, Leo, Vince, or Zach are interacting with people. So that's kind of what we're going for. And then you can see everyone's getting their VIP photos taken. Leo signing autographs. There's Vince there. And just so with the camera, I'm basically just I'm filming, but I'm constantly looking around to see if there are any more potential moments that might be worth recording. And it's really cool to see Zach and Leo just meeting and Vince meeting so many fans, and just doing these photos.
Yeah.
And you can tell just the joy in everyone's eyes, as they're doing this. Look at that. It's Christine Tig Daly with Raphael, I believe, or Rob. I think that's her husband's name. And isn't that cool?
That was cool. That was a funny moment. It's just like those moments, just like, I mean, we were able to just capture on video, and it must
Do the yell. Okay, I feel like do the yell again.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I also want to give a shout out to Pascal Aka, who he does a lot of Cobra Kai music, and this Eagle Fang theme, I love this theme, and this is something that he composed. Because I always love the you really don't hear it much, but it's like the Eagle Fang theme, which like in the good, the bad, and the badass, that theme where it's like dun 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 dun, something like that. And I was like, that's so cool. So he does like a rendition of it, and so shout out to him for that. Yeah, we have great moments here, Christine, and this was really cool. This was really special, getting to meet Ben.
What's up, man? Get over
here. Yes.
He was so nice. Oh my God. This was like, I was like, every time I watch this, I feel like I'm gonna cry. It's like the nicest interaction ever. Like he was so kind. Like this was someone who watched my channel. So
Hey, Drew. Dude, so nice to meet you, man.
Isn't it wild to meet people in real life?
oh my god, you know what's like crazy to me? It's like we have 30 people watching right now, and it's like if there were 30 people standing in front of me, I'd be like, oh my god, that's
Right.
like crazy. So it's like even to just have Ben and I believe Maddie come up to me and like that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. So
Yes.
yeah, that was an awesome moment. You get to see Joe again.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool. That picture.
Yeah. Epic photo. Damn, yeah.
So it was funny because he did not know who I was at this time, but after this concert, I posted photos, and then he knew who I was, and then I did an interview with him. So now he knows who I am. Now Dan, you know who I am. But there you go. Yeah, that was pretty cool meeting Dan. Right? He was awesome. He was
so funny. I love how later in the concert you kept that shot in where he's like partying in the front row, and then he sees the camera. He's like, oh yeah,
dude, that is the craziest thing. Wait, let me go to that. I just saw it right there. Okay. This is something that like, I mean, you couldn't get any more perfect. This was before Hallway Hellscape. This is before Hallway Hellscape. And you hear him say, let's effing go. Like that was that was so funny. And the fact that like he noticed the camera and he gave the point, and then as soon as he did that, music starts. Because it was a very long intro. The timing, I just got to show this, but the timing of it was impeccable. Like the fact that you were filming and the fact that you were filming him for all that time. So like it gave him enough time, because like you could have switched it and then he could have looked, but like he saw the camera at the perfect time. Like, ready? Notices it. That's pretty crazy. That timing, right?
You're right. That is absolute perfect timing. Yeah, just get those wonderful, happy coincidences.
Yeah. So then we both got pictures and we got autographs. You got yours in the back right there.
Yes. Tons of fun right back there.
What was that like? Getting to you have that picture, the poster. What is that like?
Oh, it's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. Cobra Kai, probably, it's not any secret. It's probably one of the greatest TV series ever created, if not the greatest TV series ever created. And so there's so many talented people that work on it, and the idea that you could go to a concert and see, and I think, was it Zach or Leo says later something to that effect, that it's just not that common to have. Leo said, people who write for these shows, like write scores, don't get a chance to perform them live like this. And it felt like, almost like a once in a lifetime experience where you have all these people together, and just to be witnessing it, it was pretty crazy. And the fact that we got pictures and video was incredible.
Well, definitely. And of course,
oh yeah,
Miss Mary Mauser. That was fun getting to bump into her.
Yes.
We had a very nice conversation with her. She's the best. So what was that like for you, meeting Miss Mary? And her friend Gabriella, of course, was extremely nice.
Yeah, very awesome. One of the things that I don't know if people realize about Mary, and I met her very briefly, and also Peter from Cobra Kai Companion podcast interviewed her on the red carpet at Paley Fest. That was just a couple months before this, and she has just got this amazing positive energy, and it's just pure energy, and it's just very positive, and she's not the same as her character Sam, that she plays on the show. And I think that would surprise a lot of people, and you can kind of see it here. It's just in person, she's a very different person from Sam LaRusso, and which means she's a very, very good actress. So very, very cool to see her here.
Yeah. Like Sam is always, Sam has kindness to her, just like Mary, but Sam's always so serious and like, soft spoken sometimes. Mary's just full of energy and just like always has a smile on her face, which, it's really, really, really cool getting to talk to her. We had a great combo.
Long conversation. Very good.
Very long conversation. Her and Tanner are best friends. So awesome seeing them supporting each other. Okay, talk about timing. This was insane. Ken, you were recording me saying, we just met Mary Mauser. It was absolutely crazy. Now we're going to go watch the Cobra Kai kid. Josh Shield, Cobra Kai creator, and his wife. Like,
Just met Mary Mauser, who plays Samantha LaRusso. She was super nice, and we just had a great conversation. Now they're going to get some drinks, and
sorry, listen to how both his wife and him say Cobra Kai Kid. They both say it at the same exact time. Listen.
We're going to check out the concert, but that was so awesome. Cobra Kai Kid. Josh.
I was just like, wait, I was like, who's touching me? Oh, Josh. I was like, you're so caught off guard. That was pretty cool. We got a good picture. I know you got a picture with him too.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very cool. Josh is awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome getting to see him there. What a surprise. We didn't know he was going to be there.
No, I mean, this is all just like, we talk about just everything we've been absorbing over the past few days at this point, and then all these people popping up, additional people. It's pretty crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah. Vanessa, of course. Miss Carmen Diaz. Didn't get to talk to her much, but it was cool seeing her there.
Yeah, they like called her away to do these photos or something.
She had to go do the photo. So I was like, hi, and then it was kind of like bye. So, but you know what? It was fine. Look at them, the squad. That was great. And then okay, so now we got Vince's opening act. What did you think about Vince? Because we got to see his rehearsals, we interviewed him, so we spent a lot of Vince time. And what was it like getting to see the band actually perform after all this time spending with Vince? What did you think?
Well, I had known of Vince's music, in terms of movies, of going to see them in movies. And obviously we saw them at rehearsal, which was really cool. But I think here I realized that Vince's music needs to be played in front of a live audience. Like there was just so much energy there. And it was really just some of his greatest hits just all together. It was wild. I think if you have any nostalgia from, the 80s and for that type of sound, it was incredible being there. It lifted your heart, got you excited. And Vince, as you can see here, he's just in his element. So good. If you get a chance to listen to or see Vince play live, do it.
Oh my God, definitely. Look at the two keyboards, the whole band here. They were all incredible. Joe Esposito performing. It was great. It's great. Cobra Kai here, obviously. So this was a big segment, 25 minutes. So what I did with this was, spliced like, maybe a minute of each song, but then there were two songs which I showed the entirety of. The first one was this, Strike First, with Tanner, which you got the full thing. Because I feel like with that one, like that was just a really special one with Tanner. So I felt like just show the whole thing. Like that would be cool. And then of course you're the best around.
Yep.
We had to show that full thing. So what was your takeaway from the Cobra Kai concert? So much happened there, so many songs. What were some moments that stood out to you? Favorite songs? What stood out to you from the concert itself?
Well, I mean, it adds so much. The setting, the crowd, the lighting, it just kicked it up to another level. You had Zach and Leo; they were still having fun on stage, but a little more serious performing. But just really, really excellent. I'm trying to think. It was fun seeing you being such a fan of Sam and Robbie. It was fun, getting your reaction, because what I was trying to do was not just get the concert, but kind of get your reaction to it. And it was fun getting your reaction to that. And yeah, You're the Best Around was an amazing moment. Tanner Buchanan coming out playing, that was incredible. Really just the whole thing was incredible. And Challenger didn't make it in, did it?
No, because we didn't have like much of that.
Yeah.
I don't think there was too much footage of that. Because obviously you didn't record the whole thing.
No.
No,
because we were like, well, what should we do? And I think at that time we were thinking of like, we have the official recording of the concert that we can use, and then my camera can be like another angle to that. But you're right, we didn't really end up needing all that other stuff, so
we really didn't need it. And yeah, you know what, it's fine. It worked out because listen, Challenger is great, but also it's another rendition of Awake the Snake, so we got most of it in.
Yes, we did, yeah. But yeah, no, it was just incredible. And yeah, just Joe Esposito coming out at the end, I think that was just so electric for the entire audience, don't you think?
That was the cherry on top. And I loved it. Like this angle right here, like this is what the perspective was. Right in the front row. I love this. Like, yeah, you're really getting my experience. Like that's my head where Zach's right there. That was it the whole time. Like really cool. Really just immersive. There was one thing that you did which I really liked when I can't find it, but when Zach was introducing the band, you were able to show everybody, which is cool.
Oh yeah.
I can't find that, but
towards the end,
it might have been, and then the Josh and Hayden, the show dad.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was pretty cool. And we got a season 5 track before we even had season 5.
Yes, indeed. He called it Dojo Cleanup, didn't he?
It was
to us.
I forgot what he called it to us.
I thought he said it was. I think he called it Dojo Cleanup.
Oh no! I think it was Cleanup Montage.
Oh, Cleanup Montage. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
I was like, what? It made no sense. But it's funny because I heard it definitely. So it's so funny because this is the theme that plays when Gianni is trying to become a dad. It's like pretty crazy. They like when you it's a very important theme. But it sounded like I heard like Strike First, Hallway Hellscape, Johnny's theme. I'm like, is this like a fight or something? Like, obviously it wasn't. So, Myron was great playing Miyagi Metal. Mosh Pit.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. That's when he's introducing the band, and you were able to get shots. Like, look at that. You were able to. That was impressive, Cam. Like, look at that. Give like Sam. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, fun. These guys are also talented.
Yeah. This is a great moment for me.
Great.
That was perfect. Oh man. Joe obviously killed it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so the concert ends. Mary came up to the front row for a bit. That was pretty cool. Mr. Hayden Sclossberg,
Yes.
which you got to meet Hayden again at the strike recently.
Yes. Got to talk with Hayden. Obviously, like all of the other showrunners, Josh and John, Hayden is a genius and a huge fan of Karate Kid 3 and Terry Silver as well. So always cool to see Hayden.
And I don't want to give it away, but are you the thing you were talking to me about?
Right. Yeah. We're going to actually, Hayden is going to jump on a KenCast this Sunday, the 2nd of July. And just to talk about Karate Kid 3. And so I'm going to be joined by Drew Rohally and Kevin Badway, the original Terry Silver and Karate Kid 3 fans on the internet. So it's going to be an epic discussion. We're going to talk about Karate Kid 3. It's a movie that we feel needs even more attention. It has more relevance than ever. So we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. And Talking Straight with Nate, thank you for the super chat. Sent her agent my CD for her, and she likes dark music. Oh, that's cool. Hopefully she gets it. That's awesome, Nate. Thank you. I know we're gonna speed past because I know we've been going for a while. We'll talk about it again. There's so much to talk about. I really, oh my god, we really haven't even covered like half of it.
Indeed.
No, we did, but there's a lot more to. We could yeah. So Hayden was great. Mary telling me that she wanted to do that interview, so we'll see. Mr. Gianni. I love Gianni. I feel like
he's cool.
I feel like me and Gianni just connect in a way that's just like so natural and just so like we're just these two. I don't know. He's just like Dimitri in real life, like with the energy, and he just gives that vibe of just like, and I mean that as a compliment. Like I love Dimitri,
Right?
And like we, I don't know. I love Gianni. What do you think about Gianni?
Oh, Gianni's awesome. I saw him, Rich Baker, who's been on KenCast. He's a friend of mine, but also a great comedy performer. Taught Gianni improv, and I got to see him perform live. So he's very funny, great improv comedian, great actor. Always great to see him.
So cool. And we got to say goodbye to Leo. This was a nice moment where he was saying how they don't get to do this much. It was really cool. Like seeing Zach. This is funny. Listen to Zach's laugh here.
Dude, of course, man.
Because he was like gonna give you a handshake. I'm like, no, man, get ready. It was funny. He enjoyed it. I was like, oh, I did. There is something. I don't know if you noticed this. I usually bleep out the F's, the F bombs. I actually left this F bomb in it, and I did that for a reason. I felt like the moment was just too like special,
right?
And too important. I just needed to show everyone how excited I was. So this is one of the rare few F bombs you'll hear from Cobra Kai Kid.
Oh, that was incredible. That was fucking amazing.
Did you expect that when you heard it? When you heard I put it in?
No, but you know what? You're right. It did make sense. And hey, if this pushes us to an R rating, that's totally cool because it's earned. I think. I thought it was great. I'm glad you left it in. Yeah, I think that's the only reaction to everything.
I know, and like usually, like I wouldn't we've developed such a connection with Zach and Leo that I feel like I was comfortable enough to say that, and I mean, it was a compliment, but I usually don't like to do that Kurt, but it was I was like, dude, it was amazing. So good.
Yeah.
And then to meet the Cobra Kai editors, Spencer and Nicole, that was a great way to end it. I feel like just end it with, oh, here's some editors of the Cobra Kai, it was a nice, and then yeah,
Yeah, man. How incredible though. Is it just congratulations, Drew. I mean, what an achievement to you know, wrestle with all of this material, all of this footage, put it together in such a great way, really key in on those high points and put everything together. You made a 90-minute movie
Oh my God.
documentary of this entire experience. And now everyone watching can check it out because Leo and Zach and Vince have so many fans out there. And I think this is required viewing if you're fans of any of this music. So I think this is a documentary for all time. It documents not only the concert, but this era that we live in, where Cobra Kai is one of the top shows. And we can look back on this generations from now.
Wow. Perfect way to sum it up. Yeah, this was an experience, and I'm really glad we got to talk about it, Ken. This was a much needed conversation. I know we went for 2.5 hours. This is just
It happens.
this is what happens when we talk. I know we talked about I'm gonna shameless plug to my DrewTube channel. Ken Cole may be joining me on there for an Indiana Jones discussion. Stay tuned for that. I know we said an hour. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Depends on the movie.
It depends on the movie.
Yeah.
It's either going to be an hour of, oh my God, that was amazing, or an hour of, oh, that. Anyway, that's another. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
But I want to say I really appreciate you for doing this for 2.5 hours with me here. I know it was a long discussion, but really, like, it was really nice to share all this with you and to share this with everyone, and really just, celebrate what we did, celebrate our accomplishment,
Yeah, absolutely. And it's wonderful. And thank you all for watching the documentary and this. And I don't know how else to put it. It's cool to be able to share this with you, you know, and, not only Drew and all his hard work, but just all your fans out there who enjoy this. Drew had this idea and he went down and met so many people. And Drew, you were able to connect with so many people and get so many great authentic moments from everyone, and just a wonderful gateway into a one-of-a-kind experience. So congratulations, Drew. It was great.
Thank you, Ken. Congratulations to you too. This is both of us. It definitely was both of us on so many levels. And I got the invite to come on down, and I was like, okay, we're gonna film a documentary. Who can I film it with? Who's gonna help me film? And no better person than Ken Cole. We had a great experience. It really was.
Yeah.
It really was amazing. It was such a journey, and now to have this movie, which you guys, what you see is what you get. That's what happened. That was the journey, and you got some more behind the scenes info here, and more to come. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the project, share it, like it, comment, subscribe. Ken, wait. Last time I checked, it was at 7,000 views, which is pretty freaking good for 3 days, 2 days.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's wonderful. It's doing great. I have it up right now. Wow. 7,000 it's over 7,000.
7,000 what?
7,000 views for just that concert so far.
Almost a 7,100. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Because also it's like, it's a little more, Cobra Kai Concert, not like everyone is like, like so aware of the music. So hopefully this will bring attention to it, and people can see the composers and, the music, and learn more about the amazingness of them. It's truly incredible.
100%.
Yeah. Well, Ken, anything you want to say to the lovely people watching before we wrap up? The very
hey guys,
people.
You are all very lovely people. You're
Very
amazing.
lovely.
You're beautiful. Thank you for watching. We enjoyed having you here, and we look forward to seeing you again on any of our future discussions. And again, hats off to Drew. Drew, again, thank you for having me out there. Thank you for having so many great ideas when we were out there shooting, and all, not just of what we shot, but also like the insert scenes and like the little skit type things, and really great, amazing creativity. And so thank you. I'm very honored to be part of your new documentary.
Our documentary. Both we did it.
Okay, fine.
Our documentary. I very much appreciate it, but I want you to tell everyone right now, you did a freaking incredible job filming.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's fun because I haven't stretched those muscles in a while. This was a good opportunity to do that, because I used to shoot documentaries, a lot of actually storm chasing tornado documentaries, where we'd be going for weeks and months doing this kind of shooting, and it was kind of fun to do that again, but do it with Cobra Kai music, something that's not going to kill you, so
or maybe it will.
Yeah, right.
Well, if there's ever another concert, who's going to be covering it.
Hey, I will not say no to another experience like that. That would be cool. I definitely think 100% that Zach and Leo should do another concert. I hope they even do more locations, but I hope they do another one, at least one more, because it will be epic. And if anyone can go. It's fun. Yeah.
And we'll give you guys a sneak peek. Well, Ken, I haven't run this by you, but if we do another one, if there's another concert, I have an idea for the name of the next video. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
So for our next documentary, you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. This is really creative, everybody. Listen up. Okay. I went to the Cobra Kai concert. ... Again.
That's awesome. That's like I know what you did last summer, and I still know what you did last summer. I love it. That's great. I love it.
So I went to the Cobra Kai concert, and I went to the Cobra Kai concert ... again.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
There we go.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining. We appreciate it. Subscribe to Ken Cole. Subscribe to Cobra Kai Kid. And yeah, we'll see you next time on Cobra Kai Kid and Ken Cole. And until then, what do we say? Cobra Kai
never dies.
Never dies.